everyone. My name is Fo. Inflation, it is really necessary for a company to grow. And if the inflation is in a small rate, like 2%, then it is really good for the economy. But if the inflation rate is too high, then it is really bad. So what can the investors do in order to make money out of the time if there is a high inflation? And that is what I'm going to talk today. So first, a little bit of reminder, what is inflation? Inflation basically it happens when prices of something goes up, and the inflation rate is the rate of how it happened. And and, and now I will talk about the relationship between inflation and investment value, or in so what is a connection between it? So easily understood that inflation it will affect our purchasing power. For example, in 1990, the people can buy like 10 apples with just $20, which is 30,000 Vietnam dong. Now, the people could only buy 5 apples. So that means it will affect the purchasing power of each money that we have, that people have. So that means it will affect the investment value by it will decrease the value, the actual thing that people, that investors can actually buy, can actually use with that amount of money. Or that means that investors needs to be able to have an investment rate, the growth rate or the profit that is higher than inflation rate itself. For example, if you invest in a bank, then maybe it will just give out like a 3% interest rate per year. But the inflation rate is 5%. Then that means the economy, then the people in there will just lose our money. So that means like investors have to do everything in order to have a profit. So now I will talk about what is the advantages and disadvantages of inflation. Although inflation it is like bad, but it is really necessary, because if the opposite of inflation with the deflation happens, that means people will not be encouraged to spend anything. Because like, why would the people buy something if the consumers know that it is going to be cheaper the next day? Nobody will. So that is the reason why inflation it is necessary for the economy to keep growing. But if the inflation rate is too high, then no, it is bad for the economy. So that is like the importance of inflation on the economy. So now I will talk about some ways that the investors, like some methods that investors use in order to profit from the investment in high inflation time. So first, the most obvious way it is through gold or silver, and this is especially good in like a country, in the economy of a country, if the people there knows that the value of its money is decreasing. Then that means the people, because like gold prices, it is like normally it will only normally will change alongside with inflation, and that and it is like never and it is like inflation proof never really change much. So that is the reason why many people invested in gold. But there's just one downside, is that if many people invest in gold, then the prices of gold will go up. That it is not good. So that's the reason why gold might not be that good. And then secondly, it is a 60-40% concept. So this means that people will spend like 60% of their like intention like investment money, which is like on bonds and then the other 40 on the stock. And so first, what is the advantage of this? It creates like a diversified, meaning that and of them, like most of, and the two of them, or like mostly inflation growth will increase as with the inflation. So that's the advantages. People will mostly never like lose money when the people there will invest in these two. But the downside is that the increasement in this is normally like it is not good in the long run, and normally it will just the amount of money that it brings to the investor is normally not as high as other ways or as other methods. And next up, the third way, it is through estate. So there are two ways, the real estate and the estate. And basically, all of them are the same. That means the people there will buy some sort of like houses, and then they will wait for the prices of house to go up, and then they will sell it. I know this is good, but there's just something because like people are weighing something up. For example, like houses. So doesn't mean like sometimes people will have to compete with other people because not the time people will have money to buy houses, so they will just choose a house with better deal. That means like says a rate at which people might not be able to sell a house, which is not good, or the estate, which is obviously not good. And then the fourth wave, these two stocks, which is stock. And we move this way, will normally the investor will normally invest in a country with a history like of never going down, with a reliable going up. For example, Microsoft or Google or Tesla. So that is another way. And the third way, it is to afford in raw materials or like because afterwards because normally the prices of the materials it will go up before like the prices of all the things that is made out of the ingredients go up. I mean people will always have a test, will always be able to get a hold of money first before like do because like, if you notice that the cost of buying their raw materials go up, and that means the investor will be able to sell them to company quick, and then buy the amount because as means that they will be able to profit out of them, they will not lose anything. So, and the disadvantages of this, I said, its growth rate is really slow, and that is some methods about how to invest during high inflation time. And thank you everyone for listening to my video, and bye bye.